Hello, my crafty friends. Well, today we're doing the May episode of the second Saturday stash slash 7. Okay, I had to check and make sure that was right. I'm sorry. I have the hardest time making sure I get the words in order, but I was right. All the information for this um, will be in the description box, including who all's involved, at least the people who have actually sent in the list of 7 items that they want people to use, and what the 7 items are for the next several months. Today is the list that I sent in, and this is what was on the list. A stencil. So I've got actually 2 stencils here. One with flowers, one with leaves. Um, a Sharpie pen. I've got 3 different sizes of Sharpie pens here. So there's that. Paint that you need to use up. Honestly, I need to use up all of my paint because I don't paint as often as I should. So I could grab any paint in my stash and be part of that. It all needs to be used up. Tissue paper. I've got this pattern tissue paper. Cardboard. I've got some cardboard. Old book page. These came out of an old what was the name of it? I don't remember. It was a book about singing, or about how singing has changed over the years or something like that. I'm not sure. And something shiny. And I've got this that is definitely little butterfly that is definitely shiny. And this is shiny also. And so I may use both. I may just use the butterfly. I don't know for sure. But those are my 7 things. And to be perfectly honest, I grabbed things that I thought might go together, like flowers and leaves, colors for flowers and leaves. Sharpie, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Tissue paper, I've got something that was fairly, it doesn't really commit to anything instead of a tissue paper that has some pattern on it where that has to be part of what you're doing. That way I can do stuff on top of it and not worry about it. And same thing with the paper. I chose this music paper or book page. I chose these pages that have music paper on them to use. And then we've got cardboard, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Um, what I'm thinking of maybe is to turn these 2 pages here into a pocket and then make, of course, I'd have to make it, well, I could do it this way. Um, and I may make it where it goes in like that. But anyway, make a tag to go in the pocket. I got 2 different pieces of cardboard because I didn't know if I might want to do something else with some more cardboard. I don't know. First thing I'm going to do, I think, is go ahead and no, I'm not, because I want to glue this stuff down, and I'm going to use some decoupage medium to do that. So I want to put stuff behind it so that the glue doesn't get anywhere I don't want it to be. I'm going to pause for a second and find something to put behind it. Okay, got some parchment paper there. And I'm going to put music paper on here. And then I want it to be older looking even than it is. And so I'm going to put some of this tissue paper over it. Also, I'm going to need some words. And there's some words on here I thought might be good. Let's just take this out for now. It says, you never know what's coming next. That's the words I'm going to use. And I just cut that crooked, but that's kind of normal, I think, for me. So here's another one that if I'm going to make a tag, I might use it. It says constant rhythmic surprise. That sounds good. So we may use both of those. Alrighty. And then let's take I'm just going to do it like that. And okay, let's see if I can find a longer bit of music on one of these other book pages. Not that one. Okay, we'll use this, even though there's not as much of it, but let's get the okay. That's what we're going to do with book page. Uh-oh. Oh, drop that. All right. We're going to start by gluing this down. This is Eileen's Premium Decoupage Mat. It's something that I got at the thrift store, I'm pretty sure. Because it's kind of old, and I know I haven't had it that long, so pretty sure that I got it at the thrift store. If not, then it was sitting around the store longer than it should have been. But I don't remember buying it new, so I'm pretty sure it came from the thrift store. There's so many things you can get that way that, and so many times I do, that I don't always remember. Okay. Okay. And well, okay. Let's see if we can. Okay. Luckily, this kind of thing is not necessarily supposed to be torn neatly. Well, we got, missed the top up there. So I'm just going to get a little piece and stick over that because it's not gonna matter that it's in two pieces. All right. And now let's do the same for this side. Okay, that didn't work out so well. Let's see here. We're gonna take off some down the side. Okay. You can tell the difference from here to here, so I'm glad I decided to use this tissue paper. That's got some little bits here that are not covered as well. All right, I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll come back and do the next step. I changed my mind. I'm going to work on the tag while this is drying. Let me set it over there. I need to make this smaller. Let's see. Okay. There we go. And I think I'm going to give this the same, kind of the same treatment. As the other one, except I got my brush already in the water, so let's get it out. Okay. I want to cover the whole thing so it'll have the same, all have the same kind of surface. And here's some leftover tissue paper. It's funny how this doesn't want to tear, you know, a certain direction. You'd think it'd be thin enough it would tear however you chose to tear it, but it is not that cooperative. Get a little bit more. Now that can dry as well. I think I'm only going to make one tag, so I'm just going to move this. We don't need it. Save it for another project. Uh-oh. Okay. So that wasn't wanting to stick down. Okay. We'll let that sit over there. And I think that's all the decoupaging I'm going to do. So we can put this up. And now I'm going to let this dry for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue these together. And these are just held in Midori style. So once I glue these together, at least these two pages are kind of stuck to each other. And that's not a problem. I'm not going to fret over it. Huh. I think that's, there we go. Well, it's not wanting to come out very good. Normally that tiny little line there would be actually welcome, but I do want this to stay together, so. Okay. All right, it's not really dry, but I keep thinking I'm going to wait, and then I keep finding something else to do. Before I turn it off again, let me make sure that there's not anything else I can do yet. And there's really not, so we're going to have to let it dry this time for real. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down some leaves, and then I'm going to put down some flowers, just with paint. And then we'll do the same thing on the tag. I wish I'd used my DIY Mod Podge now, because this is kind of sticky the way Mod Podge is by itself. But I hadn't used it before, so I didn't know. Okay. I think I'm going to start right here. I'm going to put these 3 leaves in, maybe some more down from the bottom, and then I'm going to put the rose here with these leaves. And let's put some paint up here. Let that be my palette. Okay. And one more here. Okay. Well, there's our leaves. I like that that didn't actually make a completely clean thing. It makes the leaves look a little more organic, but I do need to clean off the back of the stencil if I'm going to use it again. Okay. And I think we're going to do this here. And down here. Okay. Yeah. I got out 2 colors of green because I thought I might need to add some highlights. And I may still do that. I may still do that, but and let's see. Let's put okay, that's got to dry first before we can do this side because I'll mess up. Well, maybe I can. No, I don't think I can. I was going to say maybe I can hold it, but I don't think I can. I'm going to rinse this brush off and um, we'll let this dry and we'll be right back. All right, now we're going to put a leaf in over here. And I think I'm going to do it. Okay, let's see. If we want our flower to go like that, then we want our leaf to go like this. Okay. That's good. Let's clean this back of this stencil off too. All right, well, let's look at where our flower's going to go again. Like that. Okay. Okay. Yay! Leaves done. Leaves done. Now we can go ahead and work on the flower over here since our leaves are done. Do need to clean that green off my brush though. Would most definitely change the color of my flower. Not really wanting that. Okay, and I'm going to put some of this dark pink out to begin with. Okay. All right, I'm not sure how this is going to go because we're just going to start on one side and work around. if I can do it this way. Maybe that'll work better. Yeah, okay, let's do that some more. Let's do that some more. Okay, there's that one. All right, and I'm going to let that dry. Rinse off my brush, and we'll come over here and do this other flower. Oh, I've got to do a stem. I didn't think about that. So I'm going to need more green in a minute. But right now, no, we're going to dry this first. Sorry. Okay, I wanted that flower to be dry so I could lay the stencil down. Uh-oh. Well, it might not be a terrible thing to, but I'm going to try not to. See, I wasn't thinking about this, but maybe it won't matter if I go over it. Maybe it'll be all right. Let's just do it. Let's start at the top. I don't know why I didn't get out my sponge. I was not thinking. It's been a long time since I've done this. Can you tell? I forgot about doing it with a sponge. That's really sad. Okay. Okay, now we're going to have to, I'm just going to use a paintbrush to paint the green stem on there. And I'm going to use a smaller paintbrush and some of this lighter pink paint. To maybe put some highlights. This lighter pink is a much more opaque paint. But I just want to add a little bit of something, something. Make that flower have a little bit more definition, or a little bit more depth. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, let's see if we got any green paint left over here. No, we're going to need a little more. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this darker pink on this flower. So I'm not a great painter. Only painting lessons I ever took were in oil paints, and we spent, you know, a couple of months on each painting. And so trying to get something done more quickly. That's too spotty. So put it on, cover it up. Okay, there's that. I'm going to let these dry while I work on this one. And I went ahead and put the stencils up without thinking. So let's see. All right, we're just gonna um, paint on this one. Okay. Oh, my video is a lot longer than I want it to be. That seems to be a running theme. Okay, let's just do. I'm just going to paint. We're just painting a little flower on it too. Okay, now we're going to let that dry. Okay. Now then, we've got to use a Sharpie pen. And I'm going to start with this one and see if it'll even draw on here. Just do some sketchy. I'm kind of glad now that I said Sharpie pen and not Sharpie marker, because this I would say Sharpie marker is okay to use when it calls for a Sharpie pen, but a pen is definitely not a marker. A marker can be a pen, but I don't think a pen can be a marker. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I don't even know if it's true. It's just what's in my head at the moment. Okay, there's my sketchy leaves. I'm going to do kind of the same thing with the petals. Not all of them. Just want to add a little more definition. Okay, and there's that one. And now we'll come over here and work. Oops. Okay. Do some more sketchy on the petals. And I'm trying to hurry, so I'm really just doing them kind of messy. Okay. There's that one. Let's see if this is dry. And it's not. We're going to give it another minute, and I'm going to go ahead and add my butterfly. I think I'm going to put him right there. Or maybe I'll put him over here and put the words down here. So we'll put the words there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. It's amazing how fast you can make decisions when you're in a hurry. And when you realize that it really is not, life and death, so we might as well just go ahead and decide instead of fretting over it and fretting over it. Alrighty. Put that there. And this one says, you never know what's coming next. And we're going to choose to focus on that as a good thing instead of how that you don't know what bad thing might be coming next. We're going to choose it to be a good thing. Okay. There's that. And I'm going to have to pause and dry this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do my doodling on here. Okay. And I'm going to glue this in the middle of that just for kicks. This is going to be a pretty thick tag to go in that pocket, but we're not going to fret over it. Come on. Oh, a little bit of red. Or it's not really red, it's darker pink. Magenta. Okay. And I'm not going to put any fibers on this tag. I don't think, but I am going to put words. I'm going to put them right down here. Okay, I'm going to let this dry real quick. Alrighty, now we'll do some. There we go. So we've got the pocket right here. And this is going to go right in there. Like that. And there's our page for today, or, and I'm Yeah, and I used all 7 things. I used book page, tissue paper, stencil, paint, shiny, Sharpie pen. What was the other one? Tissue paper? Did I say tissue paper? Well, I don't. Oh, yuck. um, I may not have said them all, but I did use them all. So I'm going to call it a win. God bless you and you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to go and check out everybody else who's in the list and see what they did with the 7 things I told them to pull out of their stash and use today. God bless you. Bye-bye.